I listen to a lot of music, but ever so often I find myself stuck listening to the same artists over and over again, never really adding anything new to my musical library. It's times like this I seem to seek out the best kinds of music and the best kinds of new artists. Today I'd like to share one of those artists. God, I'm gonna butcher this, but Gjallarhornit. It's on the screen, right? I'm butchering it. I stumbled across his music while falling down a SoundCloud rabbit hole of all things, discovering an entire community that I had absolutely no idea existed. It all started somewhere pretty familiar. Browsing Twitter, I found Ace Uzumaki, who is a rapper I have quite a few mutuals with on social medias, both my Instagram and my Twitter, so I checked him out. I found my way to his archive account, to which he has a song on it called Surgery.
Just wanna hide away, didn't even go outside today. I wanna die today, when I woke up I cried today.
It's a track that I really liked for a long time, but never explored too much around it or what inspired it. It was a one-off, kind of like an oddity in my playlists. But one night, probably at some ungodly hour of the morning, I decided to poke around and found a cover of Ace's track by some dude named Negative XP.
Just wanna hide away, didn't even go outside today. I wanna die today, when I woke up I cried today.
I quickly realized that this was the same guy that made the Scott Pilgrim song. Yeah, that Scott Pilgrim song.
And ecstasy, conceited with no self-esteem. She's a teenage dream if you hate yourself. Bright-dyed hair and obnoxious clothes, thinks communism is the way to go. She's a whore, a dime a dozen Jezebel. Low-right mind and SSR eyes, 1,000 yard stare for all those guys that you fucked and sucked before you came along.
Which, in all honesty, gave me a little bit of a bias going in. I wanted to dislike what I heard, but as I hopped from song to song and checked out who he followed, I couldn't help but get immersed into this corner of SoundCloud. Eventually, I threw on the track Kill Streak, which ended up being a cover of a different artist's song. That artist was Gjallarhornit, an artist formerly known as Birdbath. To understand Gjallarhornit, I first need to show you Birdbath. Spanning 6 projects and encompassing over 50 tracks, this was his first musical endeavor that I'm aware of. His first project, Ladyhawk, is the earliest public release on his SoundCloud, dating back to October the 25th of 2019. It contained the tracks Migraine, Heartless, She Doesn't Need Me, Abigail, How to Run Away Forever, and Depression as a Movie. The album is tagged as alternative, DIY, punk, and lo-fi amongst other genres, but those 4 in particular really encapsulate the early Birdbath sound. My favorite from this album is the song Abigail. Only a month later in November, he would go on to release Strawberry, an album that would dig deeper into the punk and alternative sounds presented in Ladyhawk. The tracks Doom 1996 and Kill Streak would go on to be the first tracks to break 10,000 plays. Killstreak, though, would go on to be covered by a fellow artist named Negative XP, who I've mentioned previously. This moment was a turning point for the birdbath project, because sometime after the cover was posted, birdbath would go on to join Negative XP's group, label, collective thing, MK Ultra Support Group, or MSG for short. birdbath would also be featured in the group's compilation album, MSG Volume 2. With his songs Endless Bummer and a few more off of one of his latest albums. The third album in birdbath's discography, Sleepover Murders 2020, released on the 20th of January, would be his first project as a part of the group, halfway embracing the incel core label that Negative XP has so frequently been characterized by. The tags on his album now include hashtag incelcore as well as hashtag I'm not an incel. My personal favorite track from this project is Oh My Fucking God. His fourth and fifth albums, entitled I Hate Myself and Everything I Stand For, and The World is Angry, Absurd, and Filled with Stardust, respectively, would go on to conclude Birdbath Part 1 and the project in its entirety. The album I Hate Myself and Everything I Stand For included Sabrina the Teenage Bitch, a song that would go on to become his most popular. The World is Angry, Absurd, and Filled with Stardust was the last project he would release under the Birdbath name. Its description reading, an album written from a place of solace in the midst of my angry adolescence. It is his longest project, spanning 15 tracks, and includes my personal favorite, Endless Bummer. I should also add, all of his songs are self-produced along with his own live guitars, making him not only a talented vocalist, but a very capable producer as well. While the sound he created through his songs as Birdbath would fade away as he became Gjallarhornit and embraced a completely new style, one thing that didn't change, and frankly became one of my favorite aspects of his creative vision, is album art. A lot of the visuals he uses to accompany his music are his own drawings. The art for Teenage Burnout, Punk Bus, and I'm Dead and It's Your Fault stand out as a few of my favorite. Birdbath would separate himself from MSG, stop releasing music for a few months, but come back to drop one last song as Birdbath, a cover of Soda Boy 64's song Peachy 2. 3 months after that, in December of 2020, he would finally make his return as Gjallarhornit to drop the album Fantasia. The 6-track project is a beautiful blend of his artistic vision, combining vocals, live instrumentation, and his visual art to create a world within his music. The opening track, Morning Star, featuring Jezebel... I swear to fucking God, these names. 1 second.
Jezebel Gabberdibbly. Jezebel Gabberdibbly.
How the fuck do I say these names, bro? Okay. Is an incredible introduction to the new project, wasting no time in establishing the new tone and evolution of his sound. Now described as gypsy rock and folk punk, the songs on Fantasia are a clear departure from previous projects. The atmosphere created by the lyrics combined with the accompanying pieces of art to help paint a picture of some far-away, enchanted land. Angel Dust, the only track off the album to receive a music video thus far, is an incredible continuation of the established tone set by Morningstar. Mirror Mirror is one of my personal favorites off the album, carrying a light and carefree sound while maintaining the serious lyrical content and themes of the album. Wasted feels to me most like what I was listening to before stumbling across Gjallarhornit, and with that came a sort of familiarity that made me enjoy it all the more. You know, it's probably just wishful thinking, but a hyperpop remix of that could be really fucking cool. Little Hornets closes out the album and is genuinely one of, if not the best track on the entire project, tying together everything set up by the previous 5 tracks and reinforcing the feelings of being in this fantasy world when paired with the illustration, The Battle of Everstead in the Valley of Needle Pine within the Kingdom of Fantasia, posted to his Instagram, as well as used as the art for an alternative version of the song entitled Little Hornets Fairy Battle Theme. I should also include that there are chiptune versions of Morning Star and Angel Dust, which are just incredibly enjoyable to listen to. I recommend them a lot. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this new style of video. If you made it all the way to the end, consider subscribing and comment an artist you'd like to see me cover on my channel. A huge shout out to Gjallarhornit for helping me with this video by answering some of my very stupid questions and sending me high-res versions of his art. It was an insane help.